Huge increase in people spending over $100,000 a year for healthcare. Oof. Them's the facts, dudes. Them's the facts. I just here report the facts. So let's read this from EBRI. Dateline March 30th, 2023. High-cost healthcare claimants, healthcare spenders, and chronic condition prevalence among top spenders. Examining the healthcare claims of 8.6 to 16 million enrollees in a group policy. Group policy is your employer. From 2013 to 2021, our research shows that the share of top healthcare spenders has increased over time. So we're in a group policy through your work and is under the age of 65 right here. The study cohort included individuals under the age of 65 residing in all U.S. geographic regions and enrolled in a variety of employment-based health plans. All right, so it's through your work. The share of enrollees spending $100,000 or more per year on healthcare rose 50% from 2013 to 2021. 50%. And again, this is in real dollars. It's already been adjusted for inflation. The share of enrollees spending $250,000 or more rose. I don't even know what that is. That's freaking more than, what would that be? 8 divided by 0.2. Hold on a second. We'll do this. 8 divided by 0.2. Right there. That's 66%, dudes. The amount that increased from $500,000 or more per year went from 0.03 to 0.04. So that's an increase of 33%. The share spending $1 million more than doubled. The share spending $2 million or more was 2.5 times larger in 2021 than it was in 2013. Obviously, you can't. Obviously, dude, your healthcare, you can't get away from it, and you can't retire. Because what are you going to do for healthcare if you retire? Because you could be one of these people. It's just sad. The people who spend more than 50% of healthcare rose from 0.6 to 0.9. That's less than 1% of the population. Still, that could be you. It could be, 99.1% chance it won't be, but it could be. The share of people who spend more than $250 or more on healthcare rose from 0.12 to 0.2%. Again, that's 99.8% likely it won't be you, but you could be in that unfortunate group. It's an unfortunate group. Sucks, dude. The share who spend more than $500,000 per year in healthcare rose from 0.03 to 0.04. That's a 33% increase. If anyone wants to go out, but that that's significant for that percentage of the population who had to go pay that much money. There's a 99.9% chance it won't be you, but hey, anything's possible. And then again, the people who spent more than $2 million, that number is, look at that, dude. It more than doubled, 2.5 times larger. The percentages went from 0.0004 to 0.001. That's, that could be you. It's a 99. Look, I'm not making laughter. I'm just like, this is the whole thing with the IFR. Remember the infection mortality rate that we were told? 5%. We all knew that was gibberish, dude. And anyone who had a freaking brain recognized that gibberish. It was nuts. And then when it came out to what was the real IFR, and then you got to, I'm not going to get too deep in this because I don't want to get banned, but then you had to actually look at what they're attributing to the cause of death on the death cert. You're like, really? A motorcycle accident was attributed to that? Okay. The issue is you live in a world there is some risk, my friends. All right, so let's go into this a little bit too, because let's see what is causing this. We also show that, remember, if you have insurance, your out-of-pocket max is, $15,000 to $17,000 a year, something like that. Dude, would you make up your mind what you're doing? Hold on a second. Pause for Sniffy McGee here. And this is why the insurance program that we're dealing with today is so corrupted, because people use insurance for basically a hangnail. I got a little hangnail on my thumb there. I'm going to go file an insurance claim. The equivalent of getting your oil changed. We're going to file an insurance claim to your auto insurance. Insurance is to cover catastrophic events. That's literally what it's there for. The black swans. The fat tails out here on the standard deviation, the bell curve. Insurance is not to cover hangnails, dudes. And yes, that's what we use it for. It's insanity. So with that said, that's why you have insurance, so you don't end up freaking spending $2.5 million a year on healthcare. And you won't, because your insurance is going to cover that. And you and I, the healthy, are going to subsidize the sick. And that's what insurance is supposed to be. This is what drives me up the wall, man. Insurance is, you're basically saying Josh will pay 10,000, Jenny will pay 10,000, freaking Joey will pay 10,000. So that way, when one person has a $2 million event, it doesn't take $2 million from him. We all contribute. That's why these health share things, that Liberty and the MetaShare, are so wonderful, because they are, every person contributes. And what we want to do is make sure you're healthy, so that way we don't have to contribute more because of you making bad choices. Now, some of these things are inevitable. I'll show you. We're going to go to the causes right here. We also showed that the top 5 most prevalent conditions among the top spenders were nervous system disorders, heart disease, respiratory conditions, cancer, and multi-skeletal conditions. Cancer is not a whole lot you can do with. I mean, sunscreen, sure, but you still need to get some sun, dude. You got to get sun. You got to get that vitamin D. And being outside is good for your health. Heart disease, heart disease. That never goes away, does it? I don't know anything about musculoskeletal condition. I don't know. And a lot of this cancer is not much you can do either. Respiratory conditions, again, I don't know. My wife's dad had pulmonary fibrosis. I presume that's a respiratory condition. 4 of these 5 conditions were the top 5 most in 2013, which was, again, respiratory conditions, multi-skeletal conditions, cancer, and heart disease. All right, so check this out. Chronic conditions that were less common, chronic conditions. All right, from 2013 to 2021, the share of people with certain chronic conditions saw a decrease. The chronic conditions for this were respiratory conditions went from 71% to 51%. That's good. Hypertension went from 44 to 31. Are people getting more accustomed to watching what they eat, getting exercise, getting out there, that sweet, sweet sun? Maybe that's helping. I mean, obviously, there's going to be high blood pressure that's genetic, but sometimes your high blood pressure is you did it to yourself, dudes. We know that. And then they're going to say, take this statin. And you're like, does the statin help? What does the statin do? Is there unintended consequences of statin? Oh, check this out. We're going to show you some here. There was one in here. Hold on a second. Chronic conditions that were more common. Oh, dementia is right there. Dementia is right there. Could that have something to do with using statins to reduce your hypertension, high blood pressure? Yeah. Pneumonia went from 13 to 11. Cancer went from 51 to 44. That's good. I don't even know what I don't know what that is. Infectious diseases went a little bit. Multi-skeletal, musculoskeletal conditions went down. That's great. The chronic conditions that stay the same, diabetes. I mean, again, was it type 1 that's genetic and type 2 that is kind of do your diet, something like that. Diabetes, again, if you watch what you eat and you get exercise, you can arrest some of this, man. Hey. Kidney disease, I don't know anything about kidney disease. I guess don't drink beer. I don't know how that works. Skin disorders, and again, I'm not familiar with how that works either. I'm not trying to make light out of people who are suffering from this. I'm trying to say it's not very prevalent in society as a whole. And your insurance has catastrophic coverage. Even Obamacare has catastrophic coverage and is guaranteed issue. They're not going to regulate you because you have previous conditions. And hate Obamacare, love it. I didn't like it. I don't like Obama. But at the end of the day, it is the law of the land now, and we're going to use it here. It's all there is to it, man. And it does provide you that you're not going to have to pay $1 million out of pocket. And yet people act like they do. It's crazy. Kidney disease, skin disorders, and diabetes stayed the same. Again, I want to show hypertension went down. Respiratory conditions went way down. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what the cause of that is. The chronic conditions with an increase in the share of individuals who had them some other conditions. AIDS, ulcerative colitis. I don't know what that is. Where's commotio colitis from? What's that guy's? Damar Hamlin. No one ever heard of commotio colitis until then. It's weird. Liver disease, again, I don't know what's caused that. Nervous system disorders went up pretty significantly. Now, what's the cause of that? You can see there's hypertension going way down. In 2013 is in the blue, 2021 is in the orange. Musculoskeletal conditions way down. Respiratory conditions way down. Nervous system disorders way up. What is it? Let's check. I'm not going to research it. Heart disease way up. I wonder why that would be. No, I'm not talking about Fauci. I'm talking about people eating bad habits, processed food. In fact, I was just reading here today, Joe Mercola. I'll share this with you. It's pretty nice. How long have you been consuming gene therapied pork? And here's my man, Joe Mercola. For the last couple of years, I've recommended not eating pork due to its high, whatever that is, I don't know what that is, say that, acid content, but there's even a bigger issue to avoid it now. Since 2018, pork producers have been using customizable mRNA vaccines on their herds. This has slipped completely under the radar. I myself just found out about it, as described in Merck's animal health website. A revolutionary swine vaccine platform, Sequivity, harnesses RNA particle technology to create customized prescription vaccines against strains of influenza and swine, porcine, whatever that is, rotavirus. It's supported by a sophisticated dashboard filled with comprehensive data and insights. That sounds freaking fantastic. Sequivity is a custom swine vaccine platform. It only targets swine pathogen gene sequences of interest. It doesn't replicate or cause disease or whatever. It targets existing and evolving swine pathogens, including diseases not covered by conventional swine vaccines. It allows for the creation of multivalent formulations by blending RNA particles to target multiple swine pathogens in one shot. Great! That's great. Merck is not alone in developing the veterinary mRNA shots, though. They weren't even first on the scene. The first was Harris vaccines in 2012. They had the avian influenza mRNA shot in 2015, and then, of course, it was acquired by Merck later that year. CureVac developed mRNA-based rabies shots for pigs in 2016. On a side note, they began conducting human rabies shot trials in 2020 in response to the zero human rabies deaths by 2030, the World Health Organization. Bayer also partnered with BioNTech to develop mRNA vaccines for both livestock and pets. But it doesn't appear they've even ever launched anything yet. All right. So in retrospect, it appears Americans have been eating pork treated with gene therapy for the past 5 years. And even more of our meat supply is about to get contaminated with the same treatment. In addition to the avian influenza RNA shot for chickens, newer mRNA lipid nanoparticle shots for avian influenza are also in the works. Iowa State is working on mRNA shots for cows, and the lobbyists for the Cattlemen's Association recently confirmed they would that. They intend to use mRNA vaccines in cattle, which might affect both dairy and beef. Endless customization, zero safety testing. I mean, it's literally, you're going to have to freaking grow your own food at this stage. And the question is or find some guy who does this who's not using all that crap. What are you putting in your body when you use processed foods? I don't have the answer. I just know it can't be great. You know what I'm saying? And then I just like that meat, like a live stream I did the other day, talk about all these, a lot of these jobs are getting automated now, entry-level jobs for kids learning, go to McDonald's, learn how to fry fries. And the guy said, my first job I ever did was at Burger King. I'll never eat that crap again. I had a guy used to work with in banking in Harrisonburg who used to raise cows. And then he also worked at McDonald's once, and he raised livestock, raised cows, and that he butchered and slaughtered and sold. He goes, dude, once you see what they use in McDonald's, you'll never, ever eat that again. It's freaking nuts, dude. Anyway, the point being is, if the healthcare worries are bothering you, what are you doing to fix it? You have to take some responsibility for your health, dude. I was listening to a guy the other day. He says, do 100 push-ups a day and 100 sit-ups a day. Just do 100 push-ups and 100 sit-ups a day as a start. Go for a walk. Get some sunshine on that beautiful, beautiful face of yours. Freaking do something. But don't sit there with healthcare while you're sitting there freaking stuffing your face. You can't do that, man. Number one priority is get your freaking health in order. All right, love your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to Locals. I gotta start talking about this on the front end of my videos. Locals is in the doobly-doo. Love your thoughts. See ya.